Hello everyone and welcome to today's stream. I'm Toby, new face here in Castles and Castles. I'm sure that everyone around me, at least the majority of them, you've seen before. But regardless, let's do a quick round of introductions. And I'm looking over here on my other monitor. To my left is Phil. So why don't you start, Phil? A quick round introduction. Who are you, my friend?
Hello, I'm Phil. That's BiggHungryPhill on pretty much everywhere that it's possible to have an internet presence. I esports caster and host. You might have seen me on this channel before, running the Rise of Pillmander one-shots. And yeah, that's me. Hi.
There you go. Next up is Briggsy.
Hola. My name is Briggsy, a professional shitposter, aspiring host, VA, and journalist. You may see me around a lot of Overwatch because I hate myself. Also because I kind of love the game. So, but I also stream a lot of variety stuff as well. And I'm going to be playing Nia Zambezi, who's this kind of like Caribbean-esque kind of girl who likes to run around and play and, you know, have fun. But yeah, I also star in the Casters and Castles show called Shh, which is pretty fun. So yeah, I'm glad to be here.
Good. And next up, Decerux, your turn.
Yeah, I'm a little bit newer here, tiny bit nervous, a little bit of a shake right there. But yes, my name is Decerux. I am a commentator. I mostly cover League of Legends, but I also cover some of the Final Fantasy XIV PvP scene because that is so much fun to me. Yeah, overall, I also make music content. I'm producing one right now for Proving Grounds. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's a little bit of a parody on the Donkey Kong rap, if you remember that back in the day, 1964. Also, participating in a little bit of social activism and such. But yeah, that's me.
Good stuff. Last but not least, Legday.
Hi, I'm Legday. I am a commentator both for the Overwatch League and occasionally VCT as well. You can catch me here basically every day this week. I've got a 4-day TTRPG gauntlet where I'll be playing people such as Athalor in Ioth Academy, HK77 in Project Supernova. Tomorrow I'll be playing Orvi in Yokai Bossman. Today, I'm Kate Stormborn. Nice to meet you.
Oh, nice.
I still can't believe you're my doppelganger for the okay thing. That's so fucking cool.
And I suppose I should introduce myself as well. I'm Toby, esports caster, host, analyst, all the stuff, mainly in battle royales. I do a lot of D&D stuff. I do map streams. I have another group that I play with called Danes and Dice. We play in person because I'm just that privileged to not have to play online normally. Which also means that this is the first time I ever use Roll20 and all that. So we will fuck up. I will anyway. I'm sure you guys will do fine. I'm just warning you now that
that sounded like a Jedi command. We will.
Fuck up. And it's not like one shots are go over time anyway, so I will make sure to increase that time. Do not worry. With that said, not a whole lot more to say going into it. We are playing the one shot called Secrets of Skyhorn Lighthouse. Skyhorns and lighthouses may appear throughout the one shot. Spoilers intended. But other than that, I think we're good to go. You guys ready to play some D&D? Because I am.
Now that I fixed my chair, yeah.
Now that you fixed your chair, you are
Wait,
great.
we're playing D&D?
Yeah, at least that's what I was told to do here today. So, I'm sure we'll get a little bit of Battleship in there too at some point throughout the stream. I see that we just got a host as well, component cast. I'm sorry, I will not be paying too much attention to hosts and subscriptions and all that stuff because it's as if when you're a DM and producer that there's enough going on. So I'm not gonna be watching chat that much, if at all, once we go live, which we do coincidentally now. Let me just set it up real quickly. And yes, also I have a lot of ambience and stuff that I use, which unfortunately the players can't hear because I didn't find a way to route it properly. So, but you guys can hear it. So congratulations, chat.
That's right. I have Megan Thee Stallion playing right now.
You get stuff that you can put on your own pirate sounds and whatnot if you want any of that. I'll allow you.
You are a pirate on a loop for the next however many.
Well, you can do that.
No, that was in my head all night.
Or we can just hum it together, if that makes life any better.
Shanty out of it.
We'll make an acapella video.
Great. So let's kick things off. Secret of Skyhorn Lighthouse. It's early morning, or as early as it can be expected when you're in a harbor town with legal and illegal things being done in and around town. We have a group of 4 adventurers who, prior to yesterday, the majority of whom never really knew one another. Some might be friends from the past, but others only met last night. We find ourselves out in front of the local city tavern. We find ourselves in a coastal town called, and I forgot this name again, I'm so sorry, Shore. I wouldn't say completely tropical, but still rather warm summer place. You would have your occasional palm trees, so I suppose we can call it tropical for the sake of everyone out there watching. It's again early morning. It's warm. There's a bit of a breeze here in the city. It's not a big town. Probably fills somewhere around 500 people. That are, I mean, locals anyway. There is a small harbor, a few hundred meters or yards if you're from America, down towards the water. On a busy day, it'll fill somewhere around 10 bigger merchant ships. But on a day like today, it's a little more quiet. Now, we start outside of the tavern. We have 4 adventurers standing out front. Some potentially hungover, some maybe fresh and awake. The first person we see is a warder, Genasi. So why don't you, Brixie, describe what we see?
Well, she's kind of sitting outside the bar. She's not really hungover because, you know, she knows how to party. She's the type of person who knows when to stop, you know. So she's just sitting there with a glass of wine. And she's just relaxing, just wondering where she goes next. This is probably the most she's actually sat down in probably 2 weeks. So she's actually just kind of taking everything in, just absorbing, sort of meditating a little bit, and just looks around, just sipping her glass of wine like the old woman she tries to act like she is. So
there you go. Next to her stands a some might consider him as a sort of a captured figure per se. At least he has kind of that authority in his look. A certain, I believe to be human druid, like they. Why don't you describe what we see?
A tall male, 6'2", and he's got long matted black hair. This is someone who has been at sea a lot. He's quite salt-spitten. And you can tell that his skin was originally quite light, likely from a more frigid prairie, but he's definitely very sun-cooked, it would seem. Like, this guy's been on, like, Tatooine for 16 years now, been out at sea in the tropical climes for which he was not very accustomed. And he's wearing an eye patch over one eye, although emerging from that eye under the patch appears to be a network of scars, which seem to be a little Lichtenbergy. They crack a lot in different directions. However, the revealed eye is a pleasant cerulean blue. He seems quite gruff, agitated, and maybe a little bit hunched over from the rum hitting a touch too hard last night.
Sounds good. As we pan kind of further left, the camera goes from, well, Cadian into nothing to then kind of go straight down for a little bit, because there stands a although smaller creature, equally much of an authority figure, I would have to say. Decerux, what do we see?
So what you see is a copper kobold. He stands about 3 feet short with these copper scales that have like a tinge of blue and green oxidation behind the ears. You have these curious yellow eyes that have a warm, welcoming smile behind the snout that is kind of shorter than normal kobolds. He wears chainmail that is a little bit too baggy for him, with these pauldrons that are kind of the size of his head. At the chest of his armor, the chest plate of it, you see these colorful runes with inscriptions on them. To his left, a buckler. To his right, a pickaxe. And on back, a massive maul that is way too big for this kobold's possession.
And there you go. And as
just realized I probably should have described how she looked, but I didn't.
Well, we'll get back to that. We'll get back to that. As we hover left one last time, we go again a little up once more. Camera pans uphill, and there we see what, Phil?
Well, the amount you've panned up from our
from the kobold
hasn't been quite enough, because you come in at about thigh level here, where you can see cut off studded leather armor, and like this has previously obviously been a hack job. Like it used to be a full suit of leather studded armor, but it's so hot around here that he's had to take something to it and hack it off. So he's got kind of a jean shorts arrangement going on. But as you scroll up, you see rigmarole keys, a Goliath. So we've described like this character as tall already. Add another foot or so on top of that, and you've got rigmarole keys. He's wearing, and I've said it's studded leather armor. A point I should have mentioned is that it's been hand dyed a kind of off pink color, like a friendly, warm pink color. Mm-hmm. And over the chest, there's been a power window cut out in the shape of a heart. On his side, a scabbard holding in it. And if you were to draw the scabbard from the sword, you would see that across the length of the scabbard is an image etched into it of a man holding out his arms as if for a hug. And that's Rigmarole Keys.
There you go, Rigmarole. And a quickly pan over the entire group takes us straight back to Briggsy's amazing water genesi. Because what did you look like, Briggsy?
I totally
Smooth transition.
did not
Smooth
forget at
transition.
all. That was easy. I like that. I'm impressed. I appreciate that. So Nia's kind of like medium size, maybe like 5'8", 5'9", and she has like kind of like long blue hair, kind of like sea colored, more like kind of like sea foam almost. And she has like really iridescent eyes. They seem to glow like in the pastels, so like pink and yellows and blues, kind of like if you're thinking like Easter eggs, like in eye form, just more ethereal. And she kind of dresses, kind of the way I'm kind of sort of doing it. She has like a crop top on. She has, kind of more of a sunskirt on. She just looks like she's just came from like a beach resort. But generally, she does tend to dress more in just light armor and combat stuff. She usually carries like a quarterstaff on her back, just, out of self-defense. And she's usually with a friend, but this time she's on her own. So she kind of has this like air of like sort of nostalgia around her right now, but she's also sort of distracted by Cade. It's like kind of laughing at him, like based on the fact that he's hungover. So when she smiles, she has kind of like defined canines and like full lips. And yeah, so whenever she smiles, it always looks mischievous, and chances are it's because she's always coming up with a plan.
That makes sense. Now, you all find yourself outside the tavern at which you have spent your night. And I would like to ask you all, how drunk were you last night on a scale from 1 to 10? Phil, starting with you. You don't have to have been. I'm just asking.
On a scale of 1 to 10, probably around a 1.
Okay.
Rigmarole's a big guy with a hearty constitution, and they only serve human-sized drinks here, so
There you go.
wasn't particularly impactful for him.
Sober throughout the entire evening. And what about you, Alta?
Alta definitely comes from a kobold tribe, used to water, so whenever he tastes ale, it tastes very bitter to him, but milk changed his life, so he's definitely at a 1.
Okay, no alcohol for him either. Nia?
I would say about a 6. Like she
About a
doesn't really
6,
go out to
okay.
she doesn't really go out to get drunk, but she was, nicely buzzed to the point where she knew if she had one more drink, she would be horrendously hungover. So
Roger.
she just, she just got enough for a buzz, so she had a good time. And then when she woke up, she just was a very responsible genasi and
I
got
love
some
it.
water and took a
Love
swim, and yeah. So
And
now she's
Cadian?
feeling good right now.
Katie, what about you?
8. Man's lived by the rum for a long time, and following the conclusion of Coasts and Corsairs, he has a little bit to be upset about. So
Roger.
It's a little bit of a woe drink as well as just force of habit.
In which case, well, Katie, what's your constitution modifier?
My constitution is +2.
+2. You know what? I will let you roll a constitution saving throw with advantage.
Nice. I'll just roll it twice because I don't know how to do advantage on this.
Oh, well, there you go. That's a pretty decent
That'll
start
do.
to the one shot. Despite how drunk you might have felt last night, I mean, waking up, being here today, you almost feel more sober than, I don't even know how to compare it to, but you feel surprisingly sober, I guess I should say. I mean, you're used to your hangovers, you treat them the way that you see fit, but it's as if today you don't really have to. So, despite having been out last night, all of you feel pretty well, and you all remember, obviously, the reason that you woke up, because it is a little earlier than I assume that most of you probably would be up on a normal day. Last night, when you sat at your table, there weren't a whole lot of seats available again, not a big tavern, and when you have more ships in harbor, the somewhat small tavern tends to get rather crowded. So despite some of you not knowing each other, you sat down at the same table, struck conversation, and at one point during the evening, you were all approached by a lady named Sheila Coppertree. She introduced herself as being, let me just get another quick. She introduced herself as being the captain of a ship in the harbor, and she told you that she had witnessed a massive wave grab a merchant ship further out to sea, out by the Skyhorn Lighthouse. The ship was the Jade Lion, and she's informed you that one of her good friends, the captain Aaron Hest, was on board the ship. And and that she's told you that she would truly appreciate your help in seeing if you could help her and her crew get the ship free, and that if you would be so inclined to help her out, she would be more than willing to, for starters, pay you handsomely, but also take you to any harbor, of course, that would allow for you to dock in, that you see fit after the mission is over. And because I suppose you had nothing better to do and you were all in for a good adventure, you all said yes. You agreed with her to meet her down by the harbor the next morning, which is now why you're all posted, ready and waiting for an adventure outside the tavern. You make your way through town down towards the waterside, and again, I mean, it's not a big place, so it doesn't take you far. It doesn't take you long to get down there. You make your way down towards the harbor, and as you get down here, it's I mean, harbors are usually busy from early morning, and there's no difference in this place. It is already. You see the ships that are there, some getting loaded, some getting unloaded, and a little bit further down, you arrive at what you assume to be this ship that Sheila Coppertree said to you was hers. And it doesn't take long before you see her come walking up to you. She introduces herself as Sheila. You recognize her from yesterday, and you see that where she stood up, she just kind of stood up from a table of where she, alongside with two other, a half-orc and a human, appearing to be of sailor kind of apparel as well, had sat and played some cards together. She comes up and introduces herself to you and asks you, are you all ready for departure, or is there something you need to get in town before we get going?
Rigmarole jumps in with a, yes, Sheila, before we go anywhere, bring it in as my best friend. It's only right that I give you a welcoming hug. And it's a big one. It's a rib cracker.
She gets back down. That's not usually how we do it here, but I suppose a hug is in order. She kind of continue.
And he then gestures to the other two. Sorry, it was a half-orc and a
half-orc and a human. They're still sitting at the table, probably 15 feet away from you.
He then puts her down from the hug and goes over and says, welcome. My name is Rigmarole Keys, and you are my new best friends. It's wonderful to meet you both.
As you look to the other two sitting at the table, one of them still with cards in hand, they seem upset for reasons that you don't know, but they don't seem to have any interest in welcoming you. And
he's going to leave the hand out there.
They're literally just going to stare at you.
Yeah, okay, trust me, it's just like that, but my spine hasn't felt so good in years.
Now, she turns around, kind of opens her hand and points at the ship. This right here is my ship, the Annabelle Lee. It's one of the best ships in town, if I should say so myself. And yeah, as I said yesterday, I mean, if you agree to help me, I would be more than willing to sail you anywhere you see fit. It might take a little while to get there, but I'm sure that Annabelle Lee will get you without any trouble wherever you need to go. Are you guys all ready to go?
Yeah, why not? Thumb up high in the air, reaching up as high as he can.
As Sheila starts walking up towards her ship, you notice, and actually, let me do this for you as well. Boop. You notice the two pirate-looking fellas that were on the by the table. One of them stands up. Hey, Sheila! Did you really think you could get away with that? And the half-orc kind of chimes in as well. We know you used to wait it tight. We caught you, you wench. And Sheila just looked back at them. What are you talking about? This game was played completely fair. No, we know it. We know it. You owe us, Sheila. Your ship is ours. And before you know it, one of them, being the half-orc, pulls out a sword and looks to the group. Are you with her? And Sheila's just kind of back. I mean, Sheila's a shorter figure, kind of walking backwards, and sort of looking for you lot to react in some way.
Actually, We kind of are with her. Are you trying to start something right now? Because I'm really not in the mood. You're going to kill my buzz, and I get very upset when you do. So I would like to ask what business you have with her, because honestly, there's really no reason to fight right now. It's such a beautiful day.
Sheila is always playing, always winning, and we know there's something up with those cards. Whether it be dice, whether it be cards, whatever it is, she's always cheating, and this time she ain't getting away with it.
DM
Okay,
question.
Mm-hmm.
How close are they to the edge of these boardwalks?
I will actually... This is where you're telling me you have 29 strength. I can show them to you. They are... can you add your avatars to here as well?
I don't know if we can import ourselves into this scene.
I have to import you.
Yeah, I think you've got
You're
to
in.
summon us.
There's one in. One person is in and flying around. And I should go over to the correct scene as well. And drag this.
Oh, I see
down.
what you
That's-
mean. Drag it from the characters. Okay, we're good.
Wait, what?
Somebody made
characters
it
tab.
work.
Characters. Okay.
Yeah, and roll 20.
Yeah, if you go to
Oh,
the
okay,
journal
cool.
tab.
Yes.
You're all in. So I would assume
Did I
that
do it? Oh, that's lovely. Okay.
I would assume that with them standing where they are, let me just have over here. They would be standing somewhere around here. I don't have a token for Sheila, but you guys are all not on your way. You would actually be on the other side of them because they were sitting down here by a table. You'd be standing closer towards the boat, the big one that is, than
Like over here.
yes. Sheila is walking up towards the big ship. So a little
Alright, so-
further away. Exactly. She'll be somewhere over there in that direction. And they come up to you. The half-orc having pulled the sword, and again looks to you. Either you pay us for what we lost, or you don't live to see the afternoon.
Rigmarole chimes in with a. He's still got his hand out, waiting for a handshake, and said to both.
5 minutes later, he's still standing there.
What incredible long strength he has.
Alto steps up forward, seeing. I'm sorry, the name is
Rigmarole.
Rigmarole. Thank you, and puts out the hand as well, imitating his giant friend here.
Can
Nia
I
just shrugged.
confirm? Can I confirm that you are turning down the offer of friendship?
Friends are important.
I
Mm,
just have a
yeah?
simple question though. You're saying that Sheila cheated because she was winning, correct? Is that your whole argument? This is your whole argument because she's winning.
Sheila
That's your argument.
always uses loaded die. Always counts the card. Just because she's smarter than us, thinks that she can get away with our money. But we have had it. We are not gonna sit around and let her trick us the same way again. Now I'm gonna say one last time: are you going to pay us, or are you going to pay with your life?
I'm about to beat the brakes off this boy because he's talking about loaded dice. He's dumber than hell getting beat by rolled. You got beat by loaded dice all this time.
What
How dumb is you?
What happens next is, as you're trying to talk to this person, is that the half-orc literally takes the sword to points it straight at you, and I would like for you to roll initiative.
Let's go. I'm about to beat the brakes.
All of you, roll initiative.
Bah.
And I have to do that as well. Wait, one moment.
Oh, you got to put up the tracker and roll 20.
Oh, I did do it. Okay.
It's okay. I think Toby is
Roll
doing
initiative
out
without
of
my
roll
dice.
20.
The DM is
Initiative
so
tracking.
prepared he doesn't even have
Oh,
his
okay.
dice next to him.
You don't need that.
No, I don't need
Needs
dice. What do you
dice.
mean?
I don't need that.
What do you mean? I don't need dice.
I just realised I
Great.
could actually roll physical dice for the first time in years.
Hell yeah.
Oh, amazing.
Where am I? Oh, there we go.
Oh, physical dice gang.
I don't have my
I
box.
got my bees. Go roll the bee
Cloud
die.
9 dice. Let's go, dude.
Let's go. I got my bees.
Great.
bees.
And I'm gonna roll there.
Hide fortress.
Okay. Bees on and on and on.
Why am I
what's-
wasting my good rolls on this?
What's-
Great.
what's
So,
the-
also, what
what's
did
the
you
rolling
roll?
Let me check that again. I rolled a 16.
16. Rick.
I got a 2.
2. Nia.
He's big, but he ain't quick.
Nia.
I got a 18.
18. And Kadian?
6.
6. Gotcha. I need Alta to roll again.
Oh, okay. Roll initiative again.
Oh, just roll d20, no modifiers.
Okay, without the modifier, it was an 18.
Oh.
18?
Yeah.
Great. So you go first, and then... Good. So, what happens first is that it's Nia's turn, and you're currently standing in front of a person who has a sword in your face.
Okay. First question. Are any of these people wearing metal by any chance?
No. You see the orc wearing a... one moment. The orc is wearing a leather armor, and so is the human.
Okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to... I got 2 options here. I'm gonna first cast this. This will be the first thing I cast. I'm going to cast Call Lightning.
Okay.
Because we're outside. So I'm going to make a storm cloud appear. And let's see. If I recall correctly, I'm going to shoot directly in between. I think I can mark this. To make sure nobody else gets hit. I'm going to shoot right here.
That would be a good way to start.
I mean, you know, I'm an agent of chaos, but not today. So exactly. So I think I'm gonna hit right. I don't know if I can mark it. I don't think it's letting me mark it. But I'm trying to hit right between the corner between the half orc and the human, right on the right corner.
So you're
right there.
Gotcha. And do I have to roll anything?
This one's the enemy.
Oh, that one's there. Oh, then fuck it.
Yeah, the ones with the ones with the red circles around them.
Oh, okay. I'm just blind. That
no
makes
worries.
sense.
I tried to make it super obvious.
No. Well, look, there's a reason why these lenses are thick. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna shoot between there. I'm gonna have to take the risk and hit this poor bloke over here by accident. But yeah, so I'm gonna call lightning down in that area.
Gotcha. And do I have to roll a saving throw against that, or?
Let's see. Yes, each creature within 5 feet must make a dexterity saving throw.
Gotcha.
If you fail to save, you take 3d10 lightning.
And
if they're successful, they take half.
Briggsy, I think you can put it here, and it would be
and hit both of them, right?
Of both of them, and not hit.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I can't click on it. I don't think I had the right.
But you hit both of them.
Yeah.
There you go.
So,
thank you.
And what was what was the spell save?
Spell save is 15.
Gotcha. The first one fails. That's the half orc, and the human fails. So there you go. This is gonna be great.
Hell yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna roll that 3d10. Cast at what level? Level 3.
Straight out the gate, level 3 spell.
Should I tell Briggsy that she's gonna be needing that for later, or?
No, that's fine. I'm good. I got another one. This is just a test run. It's a test run.
Do my spells work today? Yes, they do.
Pretty much.
I didn't alcohol poison the magic out of me.
But yeah, so I'm gonna try that. And yeah, that's 24 lightning damage.
So what happens is that from your hands, you literally strike lightning straight into both of these, like from the skies. This lightning just comes down, and you see how they both collide. 24 damage, you said?
Yes.
And while they aren't roasted, it's clearly not something they were ready for. And the half orc, who had literally just been hit by lightning by you, now, well, I suppose there is technically a kobold standing in his way. He would have to swing at him. Oh, you know what? Actually, no, he doesn't, because he is dumb as can be. He moves over here, like around. Does that give attack of opportunity for?
No, if he leaves my attack range, then it's
no, but he technically leaves Rick's attack range and goes back into it again.
True, but Rigmarole is not yet ready to swing on these people.
He is not ready to swing. Great. So he attacks Nia. Okay. And Also, I should say it's not a short sword; it's a scimitar. Not that it changes anything in terms of damage.
Okay, I activate Halo of Spores.
You what say?
They're coming near me, right?
Yeah, he's trying to hit you with a scimitar.
He better not, because I'm gonna come in here about to get some spores up his bum.
First attack misses because your armor class is 14, and he tries to swing at you again, and he hits you.
What a bitch!
And does 3 damage because that's how badass he is.
Oh no! What
Yep.
am I gonna do? Oh,
And
God,
and that is his turn. Then
You need to roll a concentration save for Cool Lightning.
does he?
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she does. It's a DC 10.
Yeah. So I have to do it now.
Ah, yeah, for your concentration. Yeah, better.
Yeah. I just have to find it. Where do I roll that? 'Cause I have forgotten.
Constitution save in your saving throws.
Oh,
Like,
Constitution. I thought you said concentration. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but that's
It
to
is a
maintain your
concentration save,
concentration
but
on your
it-
lightning cloud.
Well, thanks, ass. Now I gotta fucking. Now I lost my concentration because you beat the brakes off my head.
Yeah, caught off guard, punched in the slashed for 3 whole damage by a scimitar.
Ass!
What happens next is that it is the kobold who has just been run around by a half orc, and you're now standing kind of back towards, or standing with your back towards this half orc, and you just heard the kind of slice with the scimitar.
As Alta hears that, he gives a quick poke on the butt of this half orc. You're being mean to my friends. I don't like people who are mean to my friends. And he grabs on to his maul, pulls it. He's barely able to balance it. And that's when you see both of his arms suddenly expand to gigantic size. And he just says, "That means I don't like you!" And he grows to 10 feet tall.
What?
I'm going to use
Oh
Giant
shit! Let's
Lion
go, dude.
and slam down with an action with my maul.
Huh? Yep. Half
Do I
orc's
get
not
flanking
feeling.
on this?
Oh, fuck him up.
Do I get flanking?
Yes, you're standing right on the other side.
Alright, let me double roll that. Okay, first one. Then second one plus Giant's Might, D6. Oh, one. Here's the next hit. I'm rolling nothing but 17s. Okay, that hits, right?
Yes.
The next one doesn't get Giant's Might. So that is 12 damage of bludgeoning.
12 bludgeoning damage on the half orc.
Just gonna bring it down twice onto it.
He just goes doom, doom, and as he kind of turns around, just looking up at where the fuck did you come from, and takes 12 damage. Yeah.
Yeah, and for flavor, I'm gonna look over at Rigmarole. Sorry, I gotta get used to saying that. And say, "You're not that tall." And that
Great. Then
Yeah, there is a response from Rigmarole, which is, "I didn't realize you could grow so big. After this, we will have the best of hugs."
smiles.
Are they gonna have like a hug off?
they're gonna have a moment. I can feel it already.
You telling me you hugged him off?
Great.
Happy Pride.
Then it is the then it is the human, and he, I mean, seeing this kobold just, I mean, again, become 3 or 10 feet tall, slightly intimidated. So, I mean, he's standing next to Goliath and a 10 feet tall kobold. This is not his day, but he goes to attack the Goliath because he can see that his friend is in trouble and needs to find a way to help him. So he slashes at you, Rick, with a scimitar as well. And first attack is a plus 17. So he hits. And you take 4 damage. And tries to he swings it one time, swings it back again. The second, hits again. And you take 4 damage once more. And then I honestly think he's gonna try and step back over here. He's just gonna kind of backpedal a little bit because he's not liking what he's seeing here. And that's the end of his turn. Then it is Cadian's turn.
All right. I'm clocking this boy by the ocean. and I'm going to use my telekinetic feet to see if I can shove him in.
Yeah.
Just give him a wee shove. It's a Constitution save. No, it's a Strength save against DC 16.
It's DC 16 strength save.
Just a quick point of clarification. When we're saying telekinetic feet, how are we spelling feet?
His foot, duh. Kicking him in the nuts.
My mind kick.
He rolled 19.
Ah, so he resists that. Okay. I must check the range on something. 1 second.
Oh no.
Alright. Okay. So I move over to here.
Wait, can viewers not see him?
See, no, I'm just like.
You only
What?
see.
Did somebody say something?
Oh, that's because I have to bring it up. Now it's moved. Okay. Never mind.
Okay. I move over next to Nia because she is much less squishy than I am.
Mm-hmm.
And she's spory. And then I'm going to use poison spray on this bad boy over here.
Mm-hmm.
We are
Ooh.
focusing our fire. So that is a con 16 save.
Gotcha. And he rolls 14.
Nice.
Let's go.
So he takes 15 poison damage.
15 poison damage.
Wow.
And once again, you see how, I mean, he's just been struck by lightning, hit twice by a mole, and now gets poisoned within 6 seconds, and he's just like, ugh! I think he's in a little more than what he was expecting. Or in for a little more than what he was expecting here. And then it is Rick's turn.
Okay, so Rick's going to start off the round with a... gentlemen, this is the third opportunity you have to accept my friendship.
my hand.
Is his hand still up? Please tell me this.
Yes, his hand is still there. Like, it's turned to follow the half-orc as he's moved past him.
He's just swinging around in circles.
Diplomatic entreaties is a free action.
Is there any response to that?
He is, I think, safe to say, not focusing on the one person who isn't attacking him right now.
Fair enough. Well, 3 times rebuffed, a friend makes not, and he draws his greatsword, which again is a flash of light as it comes out. You catch the beautifully etched picture of a man with his arms outstretched for a hug, and goes to bash him with the sword.
There you go.
Okay,
Roll
so
and check.
that's going to be 2 attacks with a grand total of a 7 and a 17.
Yes, you hit on the 17.
Okay, which is going to be a grand total of 8 damage.
8 damage, yes.
And I believe I get a second action here. I'm a little bit rusty.
I mean, if you're level 5 and you are indeed a paladin,
Yeah.
you get an extra attack.
There we go then. Well, it's 2 attacks per action. And I've got 2 actions, so I'm going to roll to hit again.
Yeah.
1.
And you hit.
Yeah. Nope, I didn't need to roll that. I didn't need to roll that twice. There we go. 23 on the first one, but a critical fail on the second.
Can I do it? I can actually do you a favor there if you'd like.
Okay.
May I use guidance, and I can give them another D4 die.
If it's a reaction, then yes.
I don't want to metagame too much, but it's a natural 1 rather than just a 1, so it's a fail.
But those don't
sadly
you
a
have?
bonus can't
I mean,
save
you have
it.
flanking, so you have advantage anyway.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
I guess this is a DM's point. Of
Oh,
how
net
you
one
roll
doesn't.
ones
Net
and
one
nat
doesn't. If it's with advantage, net one doesn't trump the other roll.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
I
you
see.
you
Okay.
still you hit with your 23.
Okay. Yeah. And the damage with the 23. Nope. Don't roll a d20 for damage. That's way more die than is really fair for that. It's another 6 for damage.
6 damage, and you can see this half orc who 5.5 seconds ago looked like he was up for a good fight is now starting to feel incredibly horribly. And the last thing that you see from him, as he doesn't fall to his knees, but the second kind of blow that comes through, as close to as can be, knocks all the air out of his chest, and it just exactly gets his left hand up to his mouth and whistles. And what you see is that, well, actually, the first person to see that is our one player with a passive perception of 18. You kind of catch out of the corner of your eye, see that. Let me then hop over here. Toby learning to use this app as we speak. That two thug-like pirate figures appear on the boat just above you. You can see them, right?
Yep.
I think you can see them. Yes, great. You see them up there, and they both stand with crossbows in hand, and they both shoot towards Cadian. Well, one at a time, that is.
Friends.
One of them fires and misses. The second one fires and hits. And you take a total of 4 damage.
4 damage.
Yeah, and then what you see is they kind of toss their crossbows, pull out scimitars, and the first one jumps up towards the pier and goes 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. The second one goes 5, 10, 15, 25, 30. And that is their turn. Then it is Nia.
Oh, just what we needed. More wankers.
Oh, don't let it off. We'll take that as well. Let's see here. I'm just looking at all my options. Just forgive me if I'm a wee bit slow. Oh. Okay. So first thing is first. So how close are they to me? Okay, they're not that close.
No,
Okay.
they're 25 feet away.
Yeah. You know, I don't want them near me. I don't want them near me. I'm gonna cast Thunder Wave.
That won't hit them.
It won't? 15 foot?
No.
Oh no. Oh, I read that wrong. My fault. My
No
fault. My
worries.
fault. Okay, that's me
It
not. knowing how to read.
originates from you.
No, that's fair. That's me not knowing how to read. I
No,
don't
that's
know
all good.
why I can't read today. Okay, so I think I'm just gonna be a bit passive then. So
I mean, you do have a half-orc standing right next to you, but he's kind of... Have you ever played, Doom when you're at 1 HP? Where it's like blood out both your eyes and looking like you're about to pass out? That's essentially how he's looking right now.
oh, then I'm doing Shillelagh and beating the shit out of him.
Well, that sounds reasonable.
Yeah, so I'll just do Shillelagh. I'll use my quarterstaff and basically channel it, and I am going
You
to
bonk him
just
with
start
your
beating him.
quarterstaff.
Yeah, if he's already just... I might as well put him out of his misery at this point.
Yep.
So I'm gonna do this real quick, if it'll let me. Oh yeah, I gotta do this differently, my fault. I'm gonna click view, and then I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna do that, and then we're gonna cast that. So I'm gonna do this. There's a way I could do this. No. That's not what I wanted to roll. Give me that. So I want to roll with wisdom instead of strength.
Sounds reasonable.
If it'll let me do that. I literally just did this last night and I completely forgot to do it. Let's see here. So let's see, change to this. Here we go. Okay, and then it just crashed. Hello?
Roll 20 has decided no.
Roll 20, everybody. Roll 20.
Wow, it just yeah, so I was basically trying to roll my wisdom with the shillelagh, and it literally just froze.
This half-orc is just standing in front of you. What's taking you so long? Get it over with already!
You know what? You're telling me, buddy.
It's like whacking the quarterstaff with your hand. I'm sorry, this happens sometimes.
I know, I'm just like, listen, it's my first
Hang on,
time. Leave me alone.
I'm going to turn the quarterstaff off and then on again. That should reset the whole thing.
Yeah, I'm literally resetting it right now.
Fucking Goliath over like, let me help.
Okay,
Just
I
like
did it.
pats the quarterstaff. There.
There we go.
He's
think I
friendly,
got
he's
it.
not simple.
There we go. So I used it to. So I'm gonna use the one-handed one because obviously shillelagh, it's just me, beating the brakes off this guy.
Yeah.
So there we go. And
So
it
that's
did
your
freeze,
attack roll.
Finally. Nope. There we go. That's the attack roll. There we go.
That's the
Did it,
attack roll.
finally.
Gotcha. Okay, you hit.
Yeah, because I basically changed it to wisdom since I'm using my spell.
Gotcha.
So now it's going to be.
You
so it's just one damage.
you hit.
So now let's do the damage. And then we do that, and then boop. Oh my god.
Did you do 21 damage with your quarterstaff? That's pretty insane.
I told you she's crazy.
But is that actually the amount of damage you did with the quarterstaff?
No,
I
if you
think
if
so,
you
no.
take the original roll, she should be hitting for, I believe, 5 damage. Which
Yeah, it
is
should be
1
5,
on the d6.
and
No, 2 on the d6 actually, plus 4, so 6 damage.
Yes, it's 1d8 plus 4.
Gotcha.
So
So what happens is that as he goes, "What's taking you so?" He just gets this staff straight to the face, and you just see how. I mean, it doesn't break his skull, but it hits exactly where it has to. And this, what was a pretty big, intimidating person 6.5 seconds ago, falls to the ground and is now very not alive. At least
he just pokes him with his quarterstaff for a little bit.
falls to the
Someone
ground.
get up. What happened? You okay?
And
Got a problem now.
he is lying flat out on the ground.
I guess he's good.
You gonna use any movement on your turn, or are you gonna stay there?
Where am I at? I'm probably going to. Yeah, I probably want to move up 1. I'm just gonna move up this way, just so to keep. I know the range is pretty wide for Halo Spores, but I want to keep everybody sort of covered. So.
You move 5 feet.
So,
Great.
yeah, I'll just move 5 and then I should be fine. I think I'm good.
Sounds good. So what happens next is that our lovely fellow over here, he kind of backpedaled before and is now, as you see, he's kind of fiddling with a light crossbow as well that he shoots towards. As a matter of fact, what he does first is, as he's getting the crossbow out and getting ready, he just yells, "You took out my friend!" and shoots towards Junior.
Oh, I mean, only a little bit, you know. He kind of asked for it.
And misses, so that's super anticlimactic. And then he throws his crossbow on the ground and starts charging at you.
Oh,
And
no.
makes his way over here. And as he comes up to you and again starts kind of pulling his scimitar out once more, you see as well that he whistles. And what appears is a nope, not there. Is another 2 baddies over on the ship furthest throughout, but you probably don't see that. But they're there now. So spoilers.
Does every cunt in this town have their whistle tuned to the dipshit setting?
It's honestly all these problems. Now all I wanted to do was get a drink.
And
It would take me a little while to find out if all of these people would like to be friends.
I don't think they do, love. We are your friends.
And that
I give you a
is,
handshake.
that is his turn. Then it is Alta.
Okay, so they just hit Mia right now, right?
Hmm?
They just hit Mia right now, right?
They tried.
Yeah. Oh,
tried
he
to.
tried and failed miserably. But yes.
Well, Alta's gonna look at the body that just went down. Are you gonna be nice now?
How
And
long
wait
are
for
you
it to
10
respond
feet
for a
tall
moment.
for?
Huh?
How
1
long
minute.
are you 10 feet tall for?
6 rounds, 1 minute.
1 minute. Gotcha.
Alta, I don't think he's getting up. I kind of beat the brakes off this boy.
And as the next hit comes in, just runs over past. Good friend shakes his hand on the way past, passing,
Thank you, best friend.
and then comes in with the maul for 1 overhand strike.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this one's not hitting.
Nope.
All right, that one misses.
He's a
as
nimble pirate, this one.
As it slams down, I'm just gonna continue forward and just give him a fucking shove.
Yeah?
Check.
You're just gonna
Wait.
continue running into him and see if you can shove him over.
Yeah, so I miss with the maul and just shoulder check him
And
right
just
after.
gotcha. Roll a athletics check. Isn't that how shove works? I think, and then I roll to match your strength.
I do have advantage in athletics check thanks to Giant's Might.
Well then, there you're.
23.
Okay.
23.
Going prone.
Here comes the roll of a century, and no, you shove him.
All right, so I just shoulder check him onto the ground. He's now prone.
And 10 feet away from you. Oh yeah. You decide whether you want to knock him prone or have him 10 feet away from you, right?
Yeah, just prone.
Gotcha. You tackle him, and for the sake of For the sake of sakes, I'm gonna move him over there. Because
Did he?
Like
Oh,
a
he
live
moved.
attack of opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
well, I
Can
mean, who would? Yeah, I guess Rick would actually get a attack of opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we've already established that this guy's not my friend.
That is true.
Hug denied.
Adding him to the list.
That's an 18.
You hit.
Okay, do I get both attacks on that attack of opportunity? Or
No,
the
just one.
Okay.
And since he moved, can I activate Halo of Spores?
I didn't mean to roll that one twice. There we go.
What does Halo of Spores do, Briggsy?
When a
Nine-
creature you can
9
see
damage on the
moves
great sword.
into a space
Did you
within
hit
10
him?
feet of you, it starts its turn.
I mean, you have to
there.
also hit
Each
him.
reaction deal 1. Oh, sorry.
Hang on, sorry, yeah, the first one was 18, the 14 was because I clicked the wrong
Like,
button.
just
to
read
roll.
it.
Okay. 9 damage, you're saying? So as he kind of mid-shove, you just manage to slash into him with your sword, and he very much feels that on his way down to the ground, and is now lying on his back, or actually face first, I would say, on the ground next to Nia and Kadian. Oh, well, next to all of you, essentially.
Rick shakes his head sadly. We could have been friends.
Alta points his big maul towards the other two and just says, "Be nice." That ends my turn.
That
You guys
ends
need to
your
know how to
turn.
choose your friends.
Great.
Did that guy die?
No, he's just knocked prone. I mean, the first
Then,
guy?
yeah, Briggsy can use her reaction to do 1d4 necrotic damage against a con save from her spore passive.
If she wants
Sorry,
to.
I've been doing some rule reading.
all good, all good,
Oh
all
god,
good.
rules are
Yeah,
what
like I wanted
day.
to do it the second he moved next to me and just
Yeah.
activate it, but I was like, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you're able to activate it now.
Yeah, you should
Okay.
be able to do it as a reaction now, because it's not your turn yet. Anyway, so. So do I make a
so-
Constitution saving throw against you?
Yes.
Gotcha.
I think it'll be DC 15.
Yeah, he fails. Miserably.
1d4 fungus damage. Roll
Oh
it,
no! He
Oh, you're about
becomes
to get
David Jones.
You're about to get some spore fall first.
Mr. Bootstrap Turner. And he takes
Two
two mushroom damage. Yep.
Poorly cooked
Get some good-
mushrooms.
Get some shiitakes, bitch.
Great. He's lying on the ground, and you see these. I mean, it's not really mushrooms, but it's just small spores kind of out of his skin, maybe out of his sweaty neck as he's lying face first on the
The kind of
on
smell,
the
you
pier. Great.
They all come with a little.
And as that happens, he kind of just takes his hand to his neck and just tries to scrape it off, but doesn't manage to do so, at least not right away. And now I lost track of whose turn it was. It was Alta just before, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Great. So now it is Kadian's turn.
Don't worry, bud. I'll get that, he says as the guy tries to scratch the spores off his neck. Goes into a flanking position against a prone enemy, and I'm going to do a melee spell attack of Primal Savagery.
Good luck missing.
No,
It's,
it's
an,
so
it's
good.
an advantage against prone
Yeah,
people,
yeah,
right?
yeah. Yeah.
That's better.
Well, yes, you hit.
Does it crit as a melee against prone?
No, that's only incapacitated.
Okay, cool. Bam, 2d10. Acid damage.
That's the damage.
12 damage.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah, you hit. Do you do anything else?
I still have a bonus action and a little bit more movement as well, so I'm gonna once again try and do a telekinetic shove on. Actually, I can't reach that guy, so I'll do it on this guy here, and once again just try and plop him into the water.
Sounds
He
reasonable.
has to roll a
What is
strength
the
16.
what's the save?
Strength 16.
16. He fails.
Oh, finally.
And what you see is you just look at him. Is it a somatic spell? Only verbal?
No, it's just a feat, a telekinetic.
Oh, it's just a feat. So what you see is just like you point at him and just swing your hand to the right, and he just instantly is flung overboard into the water. It's just as if he's just kind of been dragged off to the side, and he you just hear a splash, and his friend next to him looking like, "Where the hell did that come from?" And
Alright.
and he's now in the water.
Sick. I'm gonna use the rest of my movement to hide behind the big guy.
Yeah.
I don't know if he
And
gets.
he
an
does
attack
get
of
no. He's
opportunity
prone.
while
He's prone. There's no attack of opportunity on that. Yep, that's your turn. Then
Doing
it
great,
is
Rick.
Rick.
Keep it up.
Thank you, friend. There's a little pat on the shoulder.
Rick, your turn.
Okay, so to expedite things here, having seen how long it's taken him to figure out whether they're friends or not, I'm going to use my round here to use sense friendship. On the guy. Well, sense friendship, I guess, is the potential for any friend within 60 feet. So I don't know if it quite.
You
gets
sense
these
it
guys.
from 3 beings, and you feel them standing very close to you.
Okay. Right. Good to know. In which case, I will just close the distance here with this guy. And
By the way, I should enlighten you that chat can see what you're writing to each other in the dice
Excellent.
roller.
The picture is hilarious.
You
It's
charge
so
the pirate. Yeah.
yes. Yeah, charging the pirate.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I was distracted by saying hi chat in chat.
All good. All good. All good.
See me to it.
Yeah.
And feel free to make an attack roll.
Yeah, you for a charge attack, you're happy just with a standard D20?
Yeah.
Cool, there we go. That's a 12.
And you hit.
Oh,
That's the
Okay.
competition you're up against.
yeah. These weaklings.
These guys hit me with an arrow.
Okay, that's 6. And again, I'm a little bit unsure on this one because I'm moving and attacking.
Yeah.
I feel like I maybe don't get the second attack here.
Well, I mean, charge is one action, right? Or do you have it as a?
No, it's not as a specific ability.
No, well then I would just say that it's a regular attack, and you get a second one too.
Fine. How
Yeah.
generous.
So you do 7 damage.
Yeah, 7
Yeah.
on the first one, and let's roll the next one. That is a 13 to hit.
You hit as well.
And roll them dice. That's 8
And
damage on the
8
second one.
damage. Gotcha. Great. You swing at him twice, and I mean he's still confused by having just seen his friend stumble into the water. You'd think that these pirates
Same,
are pretty
honestly.
good at moving around on the shores, but no. In fact, he wasn't. He's in the water. His friend is standing right there. And as a matter of fact, what happens next is that after you just hit him twice, he swings at you as well.
Fair.
And he hits, and you take 4 damage from a scimitar. Swings at you again, and hits you once more, and you take 5 damage.
Ugh. Alright. Looking a little dinged on the old pink armor there.
And then what he does next is go over here and just I mean, he's not really hopping into the water or in any way helping his friend. He's just looking down, trying to see if he's all right. And that ends his turn. Then it is he's dead. Then it's Elsa's turn. No, it's Nia's turn. It's Nia's turn. Sorry.
Oh, sorry, I'm just standing here. Don't worry about it. Let's see. So I'm gonna just cast Shillelagh again. Let's see who's near me. Oh, hey, buddy.
He's prone.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah, he is very prone.
So
next
Nia
to you.
just kneels down and she goes, you know, all of this has happened because you just wanted to start something. You didn't want to provide proof that somebody was cheating. And even if they were cheating, that means you got busted for them playing loaded dice many times in a row. So this only proves how dumb you are. And so she takes out her quarter stick and casts Shillelagh.
You get advantage
it's
on
like,
your
you know what?
attack.
Yep. So I'm like, you know, I'm going to teach you how to play games right. Because clearly you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. And this particular prize is going to be a quarter stick up your bum. And so
Do you go for his butt with your quarterstaff? No.
I was very specific
I could tell.
that my
What-
quarter
oh my.
stick.
What's the loop status on this quarterstaff?
Oh, we're about to find out.
There's some stumbling around because he's already on his back. You're like, try and roll him over. Like, show me your bum.
Like, just turn around. Turn around.
I'm gonna
Don't-
stick this
take
up
your
your
hands
ass.
off. Take your hands off. Take your hands off. Right, don't block it. Take your hands off. She'll take your hands away.
Please roll an attack, Brixie. And well,
also
you
would
hit.
like to burn a reaction to do this.
Yeah.
Do you then drop your? No, you're kidding. Nia, you hit.
Yep,
How
that's
much?
5 damage. I'll do the math as we go.
Ah, okay.
For some reason,
Great.
it doesn't roll with wisdom.
Ah, that's what it is. Gotcha. 5 damage.
Yep, 5 damage.
Gotcha.
And
And
was there an advantage or
Yep,
am I stupid?
you can roll it again. See if you get an at 20. But you have hit.
It's going in
I
deeper.
wish. Yeah, we're going, roll.
Roll for penetration.
And roll for penetration spell. I'm gonna change perception to penetration.
Okay.
I have passive 17 penetration.
that sounds intimidating.
Well, you know.
Do you do anything else in your turn?
I'm going to actually let's see where's the other idiots at. I'm going to move a bit. So I'm gonna move about 10 feet over there because I want them to say hello to my little friend, you know. So I'm gonna go over here.
Look at this stick. It's covered in your friend's poo.
So it's there's like splinters still hanging from it when I did it. So you know, so I'm like carrying this like splinters, so I'm holding on to it, and I'm like, look at this. You're next. You start some more. I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna go right up your bottom again, and this time I'm going deeper.
And as you come over and you saw this person get shoved into the water as well, you see that he is not or no longer. I mean, you don't see him as you kind of come out to the sound of the
Aiden,
pit.
did you drown the boy?
And is that your turn?
Yeah, that's it. I'm good.
If he's
Great.
living in a port town and can't swim, that's on him.
Now it's Alta's turn.
Alta's covering his eyes. Nah, I don't. Wait, right, he's big. I don't want to see this. And holds up his maul and just releases it on top of him for flavor as an attack roll. Is it still advantage? He's prone, right?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, 19.
You hit.
22. Okay, I forgot to. Oh no, I didn't. I didn't even hit last time. So that's the Giant's Might, and this is the Maul.
Just tell me the total damage.
12 points of bludgeoning.
12 points of bludgeoning damage, and what you see is that as your maul just comes full speed down, you just hit the back of his skull where the spores were, and you hear and essentially you you split the skull open, and he now lies very lifeless on the ground.
Yeah, Alta didn't look at any of that. He just had his eyes closed. After what?
Well, you
Is
would
it
have
Nia or Mia? I'm sorry.
Nia.
After what Nia did.
You would have heard the sound and the crackling of the skull as you as you hit him.
Now we split him two ways.
And my extra attack is going to be traded out for another shove.
Yeah.
Don't worry, mate. I think you got him.
All right.
I think he's dead.
As you hit the first, I mean, as you hit the as you hit the as you hit the guy on the ground, I'll let you. Okay, as you hit the guy on the ground, and you splattered his skull. As you start then sprinting, you're 10 feet like beast of a creature that you are. Make your way up towards the second guy, and kind of in the middle of him, just looking at you, frightened, about to put his scimitar on the ground, you just sprint straight into him, and well, he tumbles into the water, and he now,
I didn't see you there. Oh,
and he now lies in the surface, going, we just working for him. We don't want to fight you anymore. As he's
Would
lying
you like
in the
to be
water.
friends?
Well, does that mean we don't
No.
get killed?
No enemy is so far past redemption that they cannot become friends.
I'll be your friend, I suppose. He says as he's lying in the water.
Alta reaches his hand out of the pier to reach for the bandit.
He
Offers
again
it.
looks incredibly intimidated up at this 10-foot tall kobold, and just goes, I suppose so. We only did it because we had to. And
I don't think this stain on the floor is going to be paying you anytime soon, bud.
and you see that over on the other side, this guy comes up, but over on the other side, the person from before who had been swimming underneath, he is kind of just slowly starting to crawl on up here as well. Oh, I don't want no trouble either. Please,
Nia just holds up the quarter stick like.
smell it, smell it.
Like puts it in your face like you smell that. That's your friend right now. I have another end of the stick. You want to be on the other end and make a balance?
They
No.
just slowly start backpedaling out to the edge of the pier.
Oh, Alta had helped out the one out of the water.
Yes.
While he was helping him out, you're just gonna hear him be like, "Don't worry, you're a friend now." Oh no! And he falls into the water after he's
Now, what kind of armor are you wearing?
I'm wearing chainmail.
As you fall into the water with your small kobold arms, or you're still full, or you've decreased in size now as well, right?
Yeah, I've decreased in size.
Okay.
Depending on how your friends react, wait, as a matter of fact,
Like, can Nia jump in and try to save them?
you can.
Yeah.
You see him fall into the water, and you're lying. Make an
As I hit
athletics
the-
check, real
As I
quick.
hit the side of the pier, I'm gonna drill my pickaxe into the side of the wood just to keep myself afloat.
Okay. So you're lying in the water, and have just hacked your pickaxe into the into the pillar that goes into the water, and it's just lying in the water, hanging on.
So can I try to pick him up or?
This pillar, and you can indeed. I mean, he's not that big when he's not big, and you manage to get him back out of the water again. And again, these two fellas are still kind of just backpedaling out. They've put down their souls long ago, and they're just kind of standing out here, hoping that you'll go your way. How did you do that whole marker thing on the map, like they?
Oh, I'm just
That
clicking with the cursor selected in the top left. You should be.
Boop, boop,
Yep.
boop. I can't do that. Oh, I can. I have to hold it down. That's why.
Yes.
So you see that up on the tip, up on the and the two the two guys that were over on the other boat, they have disappeared long ago. They ran long ago, so they are no longer here either.
What about these
wait,
bad
Toby.
boys? Are we still
Yeah,
in
they
combat?
very much ran away. You're not in combat anymore. Sorry, I should
A
add.
quick trick: you can hold down Shift and the right click, and it'll direct all our cameras to where you're clicking.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, that's fine for this map, but that might be useful later. So what happens next is the harbor kind of goes quiet, at least for a little while. Everyone is looking around, and I mean, you still have two kind of battered and bruised corpses on the shore, but it doesn't seem to affect the traffic here in the harbor all that much. What you see is up from this, the bigger boat, the Annabelle Lee that the captain kind of pointed to earlier. A head pop over, and that is in fact Sheila looking over.
Bodyguard service costs extra.
I did play it fair, but I suppose if we're, and she kind of looks to the two thugs out on the pier, if we're done here, that
Not
we should
quite.
Oh no.
Rigmarole slowly extends his arms and begins walking down the pier towards
again.
these two.
Oh
My
my God,
friend-
Rig, no!
my
One of the what you
Come
see
and
is
accept the benediction of friendship.
you just see them jump into this little boat and very quickly get the oars and just start rowing as fast as they possibly can out into the open water.
And Rigmarole, seeing them flee, drops to his knees, and his hands up to his sides, and he adopts a dejected look at the end of the pier.
Nia
Maybe they're
walks
just
up.
finding more friends, Rig.
Yeah, don't worry, they're just coming back. We're gonna have a party on the pier soon. We gotta prepare, you know.
I suppose.
Yeah,
And,
don't worry. I
um,
can shake your hand if you want. Can you give me a hug? I would like a hug if you'd like.
Absolutely, and he like full bodily picks you up, and again, it's a spine cracker.
Fortunately, Nia's a master.
Friend.
And
Exactly, friend forever.
And
Did she get your stick to wash it in the pier?
Sheila
probably
once
should've done
again
that.
looks to you. It's going to be a 1 hour sail, so I suppose you can get a little bit of rest while on the boat. Again, is there anything you need before we go?
I'm looting the stain that used to be a man.
Piercing through like the blood.
I thought you were talking about the stain on the end of the staff. I was like,
No,
hey,
no,
Oh, no,
no,
Nia's-
no.
This thing.
Oh no, Nia's doing that right now.
What you find is that he has his scimitar, he has a dagger, and he has a small pouch containing 50 gold.
Ooh.
Okay, there you go.
Other than that, I mean, his leather armor that was once intact has been spored, poisoned, lightning attacked, and is, I would say, not in a condition where you'd want to wear it.
Yeah.
Also, it has a faint smell of whatever was on that stick from earlier. So, for good reason, you wouldn't want to wear it, I think. It's not in good condition, let's put it that way.
I mean, if you want to keep it as a trophy, you're fine. But I have to say, I might have to stand 10 feet behind you if you choose to do that.
And the half-orc didn't really have anything of value. Just same scimitar and a...
It says a lot about this society.
And a light... And a crossbow.
A light crossbow?
That he never got to use.
Yeah. That could be handy.
I don't fucking want that. Useless shit.
Go ahead.
That's for anybody else to take if they wish. Kate
Again.
takes the fucking money and goes to Sheila.
Just walks off.
Kate just looking at it with the most utter disdain, just like, and just spits on it and leaves.
Again,
Gosh,
Sheila is
please.
standing up kind of on the top of the boat. If you're ready to go, I suppose you should set sail.
I mean, this is just a pregame. Let's go. You boys ready? I'm ready to go set sail. This island's boring, I know.
Great. You all make your way up onto the ship, and it doesn't take long before the rest of the crew arrives. There was one or two other people up there earlier who didn't want to take part in the fighting, and now the rest of the crew has kind of gathered. Sheila goes up to the helm, and you quickly get the boat turned around. You set sail and make your way out into open sea. Let me do this real quickly, if I can remember
friends,
how.
This is a fine ship, but do you know what the greatest ship of all is?
Yeah, it's called the Crimson Charybdis, and it's waiting for me back in Tamrion.
I was going to say friendship. Friendship is the greatest ship.
You're a wise man. Do you know that?
Oh my lord.
Yes, yes, I do.
I am stuck between
The
two extremes,
wisdom
and I
of many, many friends imparted to me.
am stuck between two extremes, and I have no idea how to feel about this.
You make your way onto the. You make your way. I mean, you have made your way onto the ship. You can place your characters wherever you see fit. Sheila looks to the lot of you, saying, I'm still not quite sure as you can see here. I mean, it's rather calm sea, but this wave, I'm telling you, it came in 2 days ago, and it was as if it just appeared out of nowhere. The sea was calm. I saw the ship on the horizon, and they just got slammed straight in behind the little island out by the lighthouse.
She said that this takes an hour to sail, right?
Yeah, an hour and a half. Actually, no, probably more like 2 hours.
As we're going, I am ritual casting water breathing on our party.
Okay.
Let's go.
Nice.
And how long does
Thank
that
you.
last?
24 hours.
Oh, there you go.
Somebody had an idea this was going to be a nautical themed adventure and prepared spells.
I thought about it.
Then everyone else is gonna be like, what am I gonna use my water breathing spell for now?
Like, well, what am I gonna do?
Yeah. Do you get
Where is my
get
token?
double
I
water
can't find it.
breathing, Brixy, as a warrior genasi? I'm not sure.
I mean, yeah, I can actually, yeah, I believe I can.
I mean, you
actually
breathe
do
underwater
that.
already, so I think
Now she has a
Yeah.
higher lung capacity and water.
now you can
Now
do
I'm
like
just,
the
now I'm
whole.
just walking around with like breathing massive cults of air now.
Now you like now you can go to like the Marian Trench and whatever because
I've been there. It's
the-
actually not that bad. You know.
it's not that
The
bad.
Marinara Trench is the one filled with like a tomato sauce.
Yeah, it was actually tomato sauce and spices and basil. You can
Whatever.
actually tell where it is. You can actually
Whatever.
tell where it is because there's bay leaves and basil on top of it where it is, you know.
In any case, you as you're at sea, you give me one moment.
Friends, whilst we travel, would anybody care for a friendly embrace up at the front of the boat?
Yes, 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 yes.
He runs straight into your arms.
I'm busy.
Oh, come on, Kaden. You need to get some love. How about you give me a hug
I'm
instead?
making sure the heavy fucks don't drown.
Oh my lord! I think you need to give him a hug. He needs one more than anyone else here.
After
Well, I don't need to be told twice. And,
Get him.
And again, it's from behind. He was not expecting another big wood cracker about.
Oh. And while he's coming in, also holding onto the leg, like legs around the leg as well.
Makes you feel better.
The double hug, an advanced technique.
after
Nia, just write this down.
I'm
She's
feeling
almost
so
holding
much
his head.
love and annoyance and willingness to kill you all.
After around,
this sounds
I would say around 45 minutes of sailing, you see kind of the tip of the lighthouse appear out in the horizon, and while you haven't, I guess I should start by asking, how long have the lot of you spent in this city prior to this campaign starting? Have any of you been here for longer than, and well, we just got here?
Probably about a week for Cade.
A week in town, okay.
Also, can I spend a hit dice?
Yes, you would all have had a short rest.
Excellent. I'm gonna spend some hit dice to get those 4 HPs back. I need them. Damn.
If the place we left is a mainland, then Alta would have never visited. It's
Nope.
the first time.
Okay. I believe where you were was an island, but a rather big one at that. So, I mean, would be considered mainland to some extent. Because what is mainland?
It's the land of Maine.
Oh, I suppose that makes sense. In any case, you see this lighthouse on the horizon after about 45 minutes of sailing, and again, I mean, it's a rather calm sea. We have reached, I would say, midday. I mean, the sun is at its highest, and while it's warm, there is still enough of a breeze that it doesn't feel overwhelmingly warm. I mean, being on the water and all, it's pretty humid, so it's a pretty nice day to be on the sea. Are you positioned on the ship the way that your avatars are right now, like all doing a one group Titanic moment on the tip of the boat?
Yes.
I think Cade was up there casting water walking, and then he
And
has
got
been
interrupted.
dogpiled by Cuddles.
Does that mean you have to make a
cuddle
concentration
corner.
save though?
Concentration for the rich.
I would like for actually all of you. What we
I'm
do
busy drowning,
is
I'm sorry.
all of you make a perception check, and then we take all your numbers and we divide it by 4 after adding them together, and we take your average.
Okay, that's close enough. Oh god, he's underwater.
How do I bloody roll a natural one? Where's my token?
Let's go.
You've got to drag it back into the scene, Briggsy,
I can't find
like you did before. In characters, go to characters, find your name, drag it onto the map.
Crashed again.
There you go.
What browser are you using, Briggsy? Oh, there you
What?
got it.
There
Oh, I
you
have
go.
a Chrome.
You're
It's,
it, you're
just,
in.
it's my computer. My computer's just
okay.
fucking old. I need to finally put more parts in it.
Alright, and we need a Riggs perception.
Yeah, sorry, I was just there we go.
I rolled
Have
a
a
natural
16.
one. I feel bad about myself. But done.
You got
That's
a
You roll a
natural 1,
16.
but your perception is still 8.
Yeah.
Nat one. We don't do nat ones on ability checks. So
I just think it's
it's the
hilarious.
average is high enough with a freaking what you roll 28.
27.
About a
What did you roll? I
What
roll
you see, I mean, as you get closer and closer, and you see more and more of this island, it's you would have heard of it, maybe seen it if you came by ship. Cadian, if you came by ship, you would have seen this rather steep island, as if a cliff kind of just appeared out of the water, and with a lighthouse situated on the very top. There's a small dock out there, but it doesn't house more than one. I mean, it could house one bigger ship, size of yours, or perhaps 2 smaller ones. There weren't any ships out there when you came here, and again, sea was calm, all was pretty good and dandy, I would say. Sheila comes up to all of you and says, "Yes, the ship that we're looking for, the Jade Lion I saw it go in behind the island, so I suppose we would have to get over on the other side, but I suppose it's best that we dock in the harbor, and then we can walk on over and see if we can spot it on the shore on the other side." As you make your way closer towards the dock, you're now, I would say, I mean, me not being good with miles, I would say a couple of kilometers out. Still, with around 20 minutes to shore. What you sense is out of the water. Again, the water's wavy, I would say. You don't have like waves crashing over one another on the water, but what we sense is one big wave. And as this wave kind of comes pulling on in, I would like for all of you to make a Constitution saving throw.
I'm good at those.
That's a death.
That's a death.
Unlife.
And let me see here, you guys rolled.
That's a death.
9, 8, 18, 20.
Our
Okay, so
friendship
what
wins.
happens is, Kaden, as you're standing, you've just finished your. I mean, how long does your ritual cast take?
10 minutes.
10
so
minutes
we've had
only, so you'd be done by that
multiple-
long ago, yeah. So as you're all standing making small talk, and you've just talked to Sheila, I suppose I should roll for her as well. What happens is that you see this wave, and you barely get to see it before you just feel a vroom in the side of the ship, and and Nia, you fall back, you fall over. You don't fall overboard, but you just kind of fall down on your back and get to hold on to the railing. Same thing happens with Cadian, but Alta and Rick, you both manage to kind of stay on
hugging each
your
other.
feet. You're hugging, so yeah, that gave you
It's
that.
the stability that the hug gives you.
The lower center of mass of a
Oh,
kobold weighing
yeah,
a fuck ton.
So you manage to stay on your feet, and as you kind of get back up and over, the first thing that happens to you, Nia, as you get up and over, you kind of look over the railing. You don't initially see anything, but once again, you see now from the other side of the ship this same wave come kind of dashing in towards the ship, but as it's, I would say, around kind of 30 feet out, you see how this wave just kind of keeps growing as it comes closer towards you. And out of the water, kind of in a big splash, essentially. Or it's not really a splash because it's formed by the water that it's in. You just see it keeping on rising, rising, and rising. And kind of in the end of this water rising, you see a head forms as if of a serpent. And what you all hear is just a loud sound, and I would like for all of you to roll initiative.
He casts 3 at 5th level.
And there we go. There we go. I need to change the
Ooh, we some
layers
fast
for
boys today.
this.
Oh.
And you see this being down here in the water. I'm gonna change that. Change this.
Somebody
there
hit a
we
magic
go.
up with a rock.
Oh, hell yeah. Probably me. Yeah. It was a mistake, I promise.
Where is this? Give me one moment. There we go. Great. What did you guys roll?
I rolled a 19.
19.
I too rolled a 19 for.
I would like for both of you to roll again.
Wait, just between us, I guess.
Yes, just between the two of you.
just,
No
um,
modifiers,
roll
just
20.
just a
Oh,
roll.
no modifiers.
Just a
I rolled
regular
a
roll.
15.
A D20.
Mine apparently
clean.
did not guess. I got an 8. I actually don't have a modifiers.
8. Great.
Yep.
I'm at 13.
13.
I got an 18.
18.
Briggsy, I've just noticed that your icon has real "Mum said it's my turn" on the Xbox energy.
Yeah.
you got games on your boat?
I decided I wanted to go back to my toxic childhood when I had to fight with my sister over the N64. So I was like, you know what? I am not one to run away from my past. And damn it, I'm going to show the world that I was a petulant child. I am not ashamed.
Fair.
Great. So what happens first, as we start combat, is that this big water monstrosity makes its way closer towards the ship, And as it, I mean, again, it's just, you can't see me right now, but it's just as if well, yeah, the Loch Ness monster, I mean, the top of it anyway, comes making its way on in, but just imagine it being, I would say, arguably around 15, 20 feet of height, as it makes its way towards all of you.
Cool.
And who is that standing there? That would be Cadian and
Nia.
The ones who's on our back right now.
Yes. What happened? I mean, you would have gotten up because you saw it. This was the second time it came in, and you had already gotten up, so you would be on your feet at this point. What you see is that this monster comes on in and essentially tries. I mean, the head just dives down straight in between both of you, essentially. And I need both of you to make a strength saving throw.
Oh, boom.
Awesome.
Awesome.
What?
Nice.
Oh,
Nice
okay.
roll.
Fuck it. Yeah. Cheers.
Some gaming is
15
occurring.
and
Exactly.
16. And what happens as this creature... Can I do this? Oh, I can do it like that. Okay, great. So what happens is that it's kind of half in the water, half on the boat. But what your boat... Oh, my god damn it, you can breathe underwater. Well, again, not too much happens, but...
Can I pet it?
From the force of the water... coming in, you do take... Let me see here. You both take... Because you both cleared the save. There and half. You both take 4 damage. That'd be force damage, by the way.
As this comes in,
Yes.
Rigmarole very quickly with his sword jams it in front of Cade to try and like lessen the blow. So I have interception fighting style.
Does that work on attack rolls or on like only on?
When a creature you can see hits a target other than you within 5 feet of you with an attack, you can use your reaction to reduce the damage the target takes by D10 plus your proficiency bonus. You must
there
be
you go.
wielding a shield or a simple martial weapon.
Feel
So
free to roll d10 then.
there
I
we go.
healed
That
for
was
7 points of damage.
Yeah, you hit
that
him
was
for.
an 11. So it
Okay,
reduces
so
the damage down to 0.
yes, so Cadian takes no damage, but you still take, what did I say, 5?
4.
4 damage. 4 bludgeoning damage, Nia.
Oh, cheers, mate.
Thanks.
So when we were saying before this that Rigmarole isn't much of a tank, not for himself, no, but for other people, absolutely.
As long as you
Yeah,
take the
just-
damage, I'll do what I can to mitigate it.
Yeah, just a
Um,
Saffron and then they Chevrolet is dead.
So it does this, and I get to roll this. And after it has kind of bit down, and it's, I mean, you're essentially almost part of this creature right now, both Cadian and Nia. You're standing half within this being, but trying to avoid being so. What happens next is you see 2 arms. You see 2 arms swinging at the same time down towards both. Both Alta and Rick. And it does not hit Alta. And it does not hit Rick because you guys are just too good at hugging, I suppose.
Power of friendship, baby.
I suppose
don't even know
so.
it.
And that is its turn. Then it is Cadian.
So what is this creature again? It's like a water serpent?
Yes, it's, I mean, it's, do you need to know the name of the actual creature, or?
No. Just what I'm experiencing right now is
You're
inside
feeling
the
as
glorious
if
hug.
you're standing in a waterfall. That's how it feels to you. Like this water is constantly flowing. It's as if it's constantly being renewed in a way with water. This it's as if it's been shaped by water.
Okay.
So it's made of
can,
entirely water.
can I try and
to you
use
anyways.
a nature check as my bonus action to try and determine the source of what's generating the water?
Sure.
I rolled an 18.
It seems magical, and what you sense is it's as if how would I describe this? It feels incredible, like turmoil. There's a lot going on. It just feels like pure rage within the water. I'm not sure exactly how you would go about, I mean, sensing this, but it just feels kind of ferocious. Is that a word to use for it, I suppose? This amount of water being shifted back and forth, which is a pretty big contrast to the very calm sea you're essentially sailing on. So somebody somewhere, I mean, there's something magic about this creature.
Oh, fucking okay.
And you're
Cadian
blop,
leans
blop, 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 kind of in the middle of this. Imagine just standing underneath a bucket of water that is constantly, like, continuously being thrown over you.
Okay, Cadian tries to move over to the edge of the boat and see where underneath the water is spouting from.
Yeah. What you sense, I mean, again, you're pretty much within this creature. Do a perception check with disadvantage.
1, 2, 8, 21 on both.
Great. So as it's hard for you, first of all, to move. Second of all, as you kind of try and look down and out next to this being, you just exactly manage to pop your head out of what essentially is this massive shower you're standing under, and see that it just looks like, when you look down the side of the boat, that it's just constantly being fed more water from the ocean, essentially.
I'm gonna look at where it comes out of the ocean, and I'm gonna cast Create
right
or
next to
Destroy
the boat.
Water.
You're gonna cast what?
I'm gonna cast Create or Destroy Water at the point where it joins with the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, if it's gonna be Destroy, just the area that it connects to the ocean is what I'm gonna try and destroy.
Yeah. What?
It would be so funny if you've one spell destroyed this entire.
What I had prepared for you guys to have this spell. Don't you worry. What happens is that you see how you're essentially just imagine slicing through something. You know, like, have you ever seen those? What's that game called in English? Where you build a tower, or you have to pull out the bricks.
Jenga.
Oh,
Jenga.
yeah.
Have you ever seen those videos where someone just goes with one finger, and it kind of just blops and falls down and lands on top of the other part? That's essentially what happens. As you use Destroy Water, you see a column of water just disappear, but as soon as it goes away, vroom, it comes up again. But it does allow for both you and Nia to make a dexterity saving throw.
I've got a feeling allow isn't the word I'd like there. 19.
18, great. So you both get to roll into whichever adjacent space is free. So can I move your tokens too? Yeah. So you would now be standing like this and are now clear or free of the being, which does take, and you get to roll that 3d6 damage.
Ooh, we've extricated ourselves. We've draxed ourselves out of there. Bam, 13 damage.
13 damage.
Nia and I fucking chest bursting.
There you go. Great. Is there anything you want to do?
I do too? Oh.
No. He like they cast a spell.
But you do get free.
You did, yes. You got out there free. I moved your token for you. Anything else that you want to do?
Nope. I use my bonus action. I might use my movement to like go over to the stairs and create a little bit of distance.
Yep.
So I think that's everything I can do.
Makes sense. Then it is Rick.
Okay, Rick is going to do what he can to put himself as close to the rest of the party as possible.
Wait, did my turn
So
get
he
split?
jumps in the water.
Oh no, never mind.
Yeah.
Just
and-
push you in the water.
You
you're out
shall
of
not
service.
catch me.
So I'm going to move into position here so that I can readily protect whoever I need to protect.
Mm-hmm.
And I will then use an action to cast, if I can navigate my way to the spells pages, to cast Sanctuary on Alta.
Yes.
And that is then the end of my turn.
Gotcha. Then it is Nia's turn.
You know, she's a big believer of if it broke, don't fix it. So she's gonna also, if that's possible, cast Create or Destroy Water.
Mm-hmm. Do you wish to create water or destroy water?
I'm gonna destroy the shit out of this room.
Yeah.
That's gonna happen.
So, yeah, you do the same thing. And you as well get to roll 2d6. Or 3d6, sorry.
3d6, yeah, no worries. Just gotta go back here, because, I know how to navigate this better than my own neighborhood. 3d6. Donk.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go, 10.
There you go. Anything else you want to do?
I'm gonna move back too, because I'm wild pussy, so we're gonna go back so we don't get hit by this thing again.
Druid retreat gang.
Get away!
I could fight from afar, and I'ma fucking do it.
ain't no fucking trees here. I don't know what to do, man.
No,
Anybody know anything about kelp?
but
Can I talk to algae?
I think, do I have more? Do I have another action, or no? Is that it?
I think that's your turn, unless if you want to
That's it,
use your
right?
bonus action for something.
Uh,
Or do you
I
have anything you
kinda-
can use your bonus action on?
I mean, I want to cast something, but I'm trying to see if it'll be useful or not, if I can even do it.
Mm-hmm.
I want to cast Guidance.
Yeah?
1, 2, 1.
Is that a bonus action spell?
It's an action.
Then you can't.
Then I can't. That's why I was asking.
Oh.
Okay.
So I think I'll end my turn there then.
And your turn there, then it is Alta.
Alright. Alta wasn't really paying attention to what was going on. He was still in the loving
He
warm
was still
embrace of
hugging.
Rig. Yeah, still hugging. He even feels Rig moving and still keeps hugging. He's like, hugs are nice. And he starts to open his eyes and he sees something there finally and just lets out this go, "Gah!" As I'm going to use Draconic Cry.
Okay.
Everyone is going to get advantage onto this thing for up until my next turn. I
Gotcha.
linked it up in the chat as well. And you know what? For flavor, as he starts to scream, you're going to see acid come out of his mouth. I'm going to cast Acid Splash.
There
I
you
just
go.
like how Alta's moves is basically him growing 10 feet or screaming at people.
The guy's
I
got
love it.
range. You got to give him.
I
that.
love it. It's like, it varies. It's so cool.
Do you attack or do I do a save?
You do deck save.
Yes. He fails.
All right. So he'll take nice 11 points of acid damage.
Wait, what you see as this acid kind of hits his body is that you can see a reaction from this being, but considering that you, I mean, obviously not the first time you used this spell, had an expectation for the effect it would have, it doesn't seem as effective as you had thought it was going to be.
Okay, but I'm still screaming at him full blast.
Oh, you are.
He's like, I'm gonna scream at this bitch.
My turn. I'm done.
That's your turn. Great. What happens next is that this big being, after having just been acid, now once again starts moving forward. And I need to read this first. Yes, it tries to slam again with these big kind of water tentacles, essentially vroom, down on the boat. Tries to hit both Rick and Elsa, and it does not hit Rick. And okay, the last four, all my slams have been 3, 3, 1, 2.
Wow.
That is
had a nice-
that's this
Yeah.
this. It's almost as if this one doesn't want to fight you, which apparently
Better
it
dice,
doesn't.
idiot.
I suppose I should. And
We did dice, not the captain.
that ends its turn. That ends its turn.
Doesn't-
So it is now Cadian.
Okay, cool. We all have advantage because of the Draconic Cry, right?
Yep.
Well, I have 10 feet, so I'm gonna straight up poison spray a motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
Just give him the old 2d12 con 16 save. Ooh. And if they don't make the save, that is 18 poison damage.
What happens is that as you see this poison being flung in, it's as if the poison, again, situation similar to Alta's earlier, where you feel really majestic, doing a ton of damage, but you just see how this poison just kind of gets, as it hits this being, it's as if there's just so much water that it gets, well, watered down, and the creature doesn't seem to be affected by it at all.
Oh, that's an issue.
Well, that's me out of this one. See you on land, boys. Just looks through the spell book. Poison, poison, poison. God damn it.
Poison, acid. Oh, fuck.
Acid
All right.
poison. Nope.
Then I'm gonna use my bonus action to activate my wild shape. For a part of a stars druid. It's my astral form. So I'm looking like Astra from Valorant right now. He picks up his eye patch. It glows with a glorious blue, and then these other blue dots in constellations start to shine through his clothing underneath. And I'm gonna activate it in archer form, which means that I get an additional attack every turn, but doesn't deal poison or acid damage, thankfully. And that is a +8 ranged spell attack.
Gotcha.
Which is 17.
17. Great.
And
does it specify which type of damage, or is radiant damage?
Yep, radiant damage, baby.
You hit.
Like you've ever hit radiant.
And
Please tell
you
me that
see this time around, where the poison clearly didn't have the effect you hoped that it would. This time around, the damage goes straight in.
All right, not completely useless. I'll take a bow. Kill that fucker.
Then it is Nia's turn. Oh no, sorry, Eric's turn.
Okay. Rig is going to tentatively swipe at this thing with his Sword of Friendship, and additionally, will
You try to hug it. Is that what you're saying?
No, I was going to say additionally, I'm going to expend a spell slot to smite as well. So let's do the first part of that first.
Remember, all of you should have advantage.
Yes, you have advantage on your attack rolls, but
Okay, so
clearly
that's-
doesn't really matter.
It's a 23 to hit.
You do hit.
Okay, so so that's the first attack. So on regular damage, that's a 13.
Yes.
And then for the smite, go away, you things, out of my way.
Remove yourself.
That's an additional 9
And that's
radiant damage.
Yes, sir. Great.
Okay. Right, and then all of that all over again. Second to hit on the second attack.
Advantage.
That's
again.
less good. Oh, hang
have
on, that's
advantage
advantage. Yes.
Oh, is it one attack per turn, or is it both? It doesn't matter. 'Cause you missed.
It's two attack. It's 2 attacks per action.
Great. Well, I know, but I didn't know if the dragons was on everything on the turn, or if it was for one attack per turn.
Good question.
I suppose I can scroll up and read it.
I
Dragon's
was just
bonus
thinking
action, a little next
Just
turn.
any enemy. So if it had
Until the start of your next turn. Great. On attack rolls. Yep, that's all.
Yeah.
Great.
Yep.
But you didn't hit.
No.
But yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And so, second action will be another 2 attacks. This is all fascinating viewing, I'm certain. Okay, which is a 20 to hit.
20 to hit. You hit.
Yep. So roll regular damage. That's a 7, and then get in my way. And then an additional 9 radiant damage.
9 radiant damage. And again, you swing at this being twice, and you see it once again shriek. In agony. And as it shrieks and all of you cover your ears, what we're gonna do is that we're going to take a short break. So stick around, everyone out there, all the viewers. I hope you're enjoying it. I'm sorry that I'm messing up with everything here on Rule Training right now, but all
You're
is
doing
good.
great.
And we will see you after. I don't. How long are these breaks usually? 5 minutes, 10 minutes?
10-15 minutes.
10, 15,
You know what? Let's. It's 45. Let's start again on the hour. Easy peasy. We'll see you
Easy
in
peasy,
15.
baby.
Take care, and we'll see you shortly.